Greetings Internet and welcome to Aaron Place, and I hope you have feeling fantastically well. This is the continuation of my Decision Games D-Day at Tarawa. We're just about to do, move the turn marker, do turn 7 of the game. So there you go, got good close-up of the eyebrows. And I need to move the phase marker across. And the other thing I need to do, well, this is the discard pile. And this is the draw pile. So noticeably smaller, therefore I need to shuffle those together. So we'll do that. Oh, I won't do that on camera, that'll be a bit dull, wouldn't it? Also, the new thing that's going to occur is I will be turning over one of the Japanese action tokens because it's turn 7. There's a little cube in that area, so I need to do that. But let's get down to the map and see what's going on. Okay, so I move the turn marker on, and that's got a little white cube in it. That tells me I need to draw one of these action tokens, and it is A. Okay, A is what? Firing assaults, ambush, double advance for tanks. Getting tricky. As you can see, the phase markers over there. I need to shuffle the cards, but we're good to go, I believe. Yeah. Okay, let me shuffle the cards. Well, we start off the turn with the American amphibious assault phase. Well, there's no new units arriving. I can't put these guys that are wading ashore in an LVT, so it's just they move each unit in the water that has not been translated this turn up to 2 hexes. It's going to be a long slog, so we'll start down here. We need them 1, 2, 1, 2. This unit that's right next to the coast, you can go 1, 2 to there. And then these units, 1, 2, it's a long way. I think I worked out it was turn 9, wasn't it? Turn 9. Now we're all into the blue fire zone. Actually, you know what? 1, 2, let's not. We're looking at, this is actually probably the safest place. I've got to go close to the beach. 1, 2, yeah, okay. Not ideal, but there we go. So that's pretty much the amphibious, because I've got nothing to bring on next turn. With the phase marker. So we've got the event. Remember, the deck is now completely shuffled, so this is the first card drawn of the deck. So there's no deck over there because my love can't reach. So I've got it sitting here. Here it is. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut the deck. So, there we go. I'll give it a shuffle. And the event is 2 to 16, add a depth marker to 1 Japanese unit. Yeah. You mean I got nothing? I got nothing. Oh, that's not great, but there we go. So add 1 depth marker. So add a depth marker to 1 Japanese unit. Okay, so adding depth closest to your US unit. There are 1 or 2 floating around. I'd rather not got depth, so we've got 1 over here. In actual fact, we've got 1. There's 1 there, and there's 1 here. That's close to an American unit. this one here is disrupted, but doesn't mean he can't have a depth marker, because we haven't cut off his communication quite yet. I think everywhere else adjacent to an American unit, because they're the closest American units one you're adjacent to, have got. So of those three, the next step is coastal position. This is not a coastal position, so it's removed from the equation. Looking at these two, that is a coastal position because it's next to the coast, and this is a coastal position. So we have those two. So between those two, within a position type, the lowest ID number. Okay, so the ID number of this one is F4 and this one is F8. Unfortunately, this little shit gets it. Darn. And he's coastal, so he'll get a coastal depth marker. Didn't I just take that out? Some coastal fire. And they just basically stuck a little index finger up at me going, ha ha! Having it back! Yeah, that's what happens when you don't cut off their communications. Well, darn it. Oh well. C'est la vie. I've got no more coastal guns to fire at it, so yeah, I'll have to deal with that one. And that's all caused by that random event. Moving on, we now go into the Japanese fire. So we draw a card, and it's a P, which is active, an M, which isn't, and an R, which is active. So those three colours are active, and we have an artillery shot. So I've got to remember that we do that in the order there. Okay, I'm going to keep the card there so you can all see it. Right, and we start over here. And we're looking at orange, or yellow-ish. Okay. Good question. We have been through those positions, but we haven't garrisoned it. But they're out of communication. Or are they? Oh dear. And we've got a P. What is a P action? Coastal position, it's fire and no action. That's you. If that had been the R, they might have actually got reinforcements there. Got to be careful with that. I can't place garrisons as yet. That only happens after turn, I think it's after turn 10. Yeah, got to be careful of that. Don't leave these positions completely open, because now you've got the R action, which is resupply, redeploy, reinforce. Okay, but the P, as there's no one here, is nothing. This guy here, on a P action, occupied, oh, he's in inland position. Interesting, inland position, occupied, he comes up with a patrol. Inland position, yeah, he's definitely inland. Disrupt all US units in the position's field of fire. Any US units in the field of fire? Orange. He is. This is not nice. And he is. Where's me? Little shit. Disrupt all US units in the position's field of fire. He doesn't fire, but he's on patrol. So all my guys basically are dealing with his patrol. That's the way I view that. Cheeky little bugger. So disrupted. Well, that's limiting my actions around here just by one little dude doing something a bit unusual. fact, he's affected me more than actually been hit, I suppose. He wasn't, so yeah, and neither is he. Okay. All right, moving along. And this is orange here. And he's within, so look again at the P. That's an inland position, so it's not coastal, so he's on patrol. US units in field of fire. Oh, he's not in field of fire. Neither is he. Oh, right, okay. So no units occupied, no US units in field of fire. Still patrol. Disrupt one US unit within 4 hexes of position. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there must be a priority. 12.6. Let's see what the priority is. Okay, so there is a sequence here of choice. So from this hex here, so the position does not fire. Instead, it conducts probes and quick attacks to scout and harass the enemy. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, over on the other bit at the front there. Okay, so if there are no US in the position's field of fire, place a disrupt marker on just one US unit within 4 hexes of the position. Okay, if more than one US unit is within its range, disrupt the closest, or both of those are the same range. Then the unit with the target symbol. The target symbol is a triangle, so it will disrupt this tank unit. Yeah, there we go. So you can see the Japanese, once they're starting to get quite a few things more than just fire and get depth. They're starting to do other things. Back, right, any more orange? Okay, we're taking out this orange position here. But again, we know it's not reinforced, so it's a P. Yeah, there's no one there. Any other? We've got a P here, which is empty. So what does that do? It's an inland position with a P, unoccupied, no action. Okay, any other? No. So that's orange. Not nice. Red, at least we know it's just, that's the M. The M's not revealed yet, so that's going to be the next one, which will come in on turn 9. But we now have red. Okay, it's a single red. There's a red here. So it will fire. And that's an intensive fire slot. So no matter what the symbol on the card, he will take a step loss. Okay. Other reds, no. Moving along the front. Okay. We have a red here, and he's got 2 steps to him. So look on, now it's a steady fire zone, and it's already been targeted. Oh yeah, but that's by patrol. It hasn't taken any step losses here. Steady fire zone, and we're looking at triangles. Diamond. Ah. But we've got 5 steps in there, haven't we? Which means we become a, not congested target. What's the word? Okay, so going back, yeah, it's a concentrated target in here because there's 5 or more steps in there. So it's classed as having that symbol no matter what. Unfortunately, it's the infantry who've got to take it. So that 3-step becomes a 2-step. Let me find the right battalion. So I replace this counter with the infantry. It's only got 2 steps. That counter goes into the infantry loss box. Okay. So he's fired at 1. Is there anything in this red zone? Still, off the board here. They're in the red area, but neither of them have got a triangle, so they're okay. And he has a triangle. He was disrupted by the orange P here. Yes, he was disrupted by him by the patrol, wasn't it? Can he be targeted as well? Well, it's not got the artillery symbol, so no. It's a tank. It needs something a bit more. It needs a tank symbol on that. Okay, moving along the red. Any more red here? We've taken this red position, so that was useful. No more red here. Nope. And over here, we have red here, but no one in the fire zone of it. So, okay. Next up, green. And the green's got an R on it. So, now, there's a green hex here that I'm a bit concerned by. It is a inland position. No, it's not, it's coastal. Sorry, it's right next to the beach. Okay, let me get the right chart. So we're looking for R. And it's a coast position, but it's unoccupied. That's within 2 hexes of a US unit is. It says zone DEF only, reinforce. That is an F. Oh dear. Place a reserve unit and depth marker in position in Japanese communication. See, because I didn't occupy that position, some nasty Japanese units got in there. From the, so it's DEF only, reinforce, place reserve unit. Okay, the Japanese don't have many reserve units. They sit in here. They have 4. But that's one of them. And a coastal depth marker. So, yeah. What a combination on that. My unit gets disrupted by this guy going on patrol, so this guy can come in and reinforce. Darn it. Okay. Any other green up there? So we've got some green up the top here. And again, they are coastal positions, but there's no US units within 2 hexes of them, so they do nothing. Over here, this one is an inland position. It's unoccupied. Place reserve unit. Okay. In Japanese communication and within 2 hexes of a US unit. It's not. So it doesn't do anything. This one here, though, is within 2 hexes of a US unit because I've moved here. It's an inland position with an R, reinforce. Unoccupied in Japanese communication. He is in communication. And within 2 hexes of a US unit. He is. Place reserve unit and depth marker. Yeah, they get a bit concerned about what I'm doing here, aren't they? So, and that's an inland depth marker. So there they go. All right, any other green? The tank. It's got an R. So tank with an R specific is an overrun. Fire if US units in field of fire. So if anything in, remember the field of fire is 1 hex further than is shown because it's a tank. Nothing's in green. Okay, or adjacent to green. So, all right, so he doesn't fire. All right, this is an overrun. So fire if US units in field of fire. Then, if at least 1 US unit is hit, move into hex occupied by nearest hit unit. Then reposition if necessary. All right, so in other words, he does bugger all. Wow, I think that's the end of the green. So you can see how these letters affect things quite dramatically. They start becoming more resilient. And there says 9 of any type and they will fire. So they've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They've got 10 artillery, so the artillery will fire. Where does it fire to? Okay, so the Japanese artillery have got hit priorities. So one non-HQ unit with the target symbol shown on the fire card loses a step. We look in breach approach hexes first. There's nothing in the breach approach hexes, no units. And then it looks at units in the water. Okay, so we're looking at triangles, and I have got 2 units, 3 units with triangles on them in the water over here. All right, and then unit and beach. Within a priority, select unit with the most steps, then you choose. So this has got 4 steps, this has got 4 steps, and the engineer has 2. So it's one of those 2, and it then says I can choose. Well, I'm fed up with these guys being picked on, so he takes a step loss. And that is the Japanese fire completed. So let's move the fire mark, no, over to me. US action phase. So I've got 3 actions, I've got no navy anymore. Let's see what we're gonna do. Well, first of all, we're gonna mark those units that can actually do something for free. So they can do something for free. So can he. Technically these can, but I won't show those. I'll just remove the disruptions as we get. So not a lot for free over there. Moving along here, we have actually they were fired on by a unrevealed Japanese unit, so that actually disrupts them. Yes, they are disrupted. I'm not sure of the whole hex is, but I believe it is. So they can't do anything. Right, so the HQ is here. So we can activate this unit for free. And the HQ itself, but I can't see that doing very much. And that's it. Not much. Okay, back over here. I want to attack this position. We know it's now being reinforced. Bastards. And it still requires flanking and machine gun. We've definitely got that from this unit and this unit. So I'm going to use one of my actions to activate this unit here. So that's going to provide 7 plus 6 is 13. Now this Japanese unit is in a building, so building is unit strength doubled, depth is not. So we've got 13. We'll throw the engine. Can we get in there? Why not? Right, so before we do the attack, I'm actually going to move this unit into here. Now that's an infiltration move to there. He's a blue position and a circle. So I draw a card, blue position and circle. Blue, diamond. So he infiltrates successfully. Okay, so that's his action done. Now, that hex, I have got a control in that hex, therefore he is now out of communication. At which point we now attack with a 7 plus 6 is 13 against currently 6. 2 to 1, and we have all the requirements. So too many charts. Okay, so 2 to 1 with all the requirements. The US attackers possess weapons required. The answer is yes. Attack strength is doubled. Yes. Japanese unit and unrevealed depth marker. Reveal the depth marker, compare again, and consult the column to the right. Okay, so I will turn him over. And he's got an NA, Naval Artillery. The hero can equal that because it's only flanking and close combat. So the hero of the HQ can equal that weapon requirement, which is a good job because considering I bombarded that hex last time. Okay, so it's telling me reveal the depth marker, compare again, and consult the column to the right. I don't have double now. He's 6, 7, 8. I only had 13, was it? 6 and 7's 13. So reveal the depth marker and conceal column on the right. Turns 1 to 10. Okay, it's telling me attack strength greater but not double. Depth marker eliminated and unit disrupted. Okay, that's good because that means he can't get reinforcement through my guy, so he won't get any stronger there. Unless the Japanese start counter-attacking. But with that A, it depends on the next fire card they get. I'll start seeing these come down and reinforce. Okay, so that's that action. Bit worried about this, but now there's no line of communication, so they shouldn't be able to reinforce there. And these guys can't do nothing. Nasty Japanese patrol. Dear oh dear. Right, okay. What to do against this bugger? He's a tough little whatnot. Well, we can't move anything from here because they're disrupted. But we're now at 4 steps, so we're not classed as a mass target. We're not going to go into close combat. I don't feel that brave. It's a steady fire zone, so I'm going to move this just off the camera there. Do apologise. Yes, I'm not going to go into close combat with him, but I am going to move this unit up into this hex here. You can move 2, 1, 2. We could move this guy actually. I'm going to move back into here. So the HQ's not alone. Okay, we still got 2 action markers and I want to attack here, this unit here. And I'm going to use both. Do I use both? Using a fortified building. Unit and depth strength. Ooh. The other option is to actually go in there. We've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if he has a strength of 5, I think we've got all the weapon requirements. Yeah, I think we're just going with the infantry. That's only using 1 action. So I would have an action left. I should be able to take it out, shouldn't I? Famous last words. Okay, so he will move in, make it a close combat, which means I have one action left. I think about time we got some of these guys off the beach. So I'm going to move this guy up. He can move 2. 1, 2. And that's my last action. So let's remove the disrupted. What do we have in here? Okay, yeah. Moving it from the far side here. Bloody Japanese patrol. Wow, that really stopped my fun in the sun, didn't it? Couldn't do anything really over there. Though we have started to weaken that last bit down in the tip of the parrot's beak, but yeah. Okay, so we have a close combat again here. So I'm moving the counters over. Let's bring the actual camera. So the US unit, the Japanese unit. Okay, he hasn't got a close combat requirement, so that's good. Okay, so I've got 4 steps of units. That's 4 cards. There they are. And the Japanese unit gets 1. If his strength was 4 or greater, he would have got another one. If he had CC, he'd get another one. So he only gets the 1. But he does fire first. And the position is purple. So we're looking for a purple on here. He didn't get one. And there's no close combat event. Okay. My first card. Right. Close combat event, US withdrawal hit. So if I was withdrawing, it would have been a hit. I'm not. The purple gets a hit, takes out that Japanese unit. It's an elite. It's in communication. So it goes to the eliminated box rather than out of play. But that means those 2 cards go into the discard. Those go back on top of the deck. Going back here, I have taken this position. So those 2 units, I've just picked up the ones that are in the sea. Oh man, went up. Right, that unit's taken the position. He'll become disrupted after all close combat. However, I've just picked up some units that were in the middle of the scene and I've got to remember where they were. Darn it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about there. The other way around. Yeah, lots of counters. Be careful. Okay. Yeah, 1 close combat. That is pretty much everything for that turn. So I will be going on to turn 8. We have the phase marker going back. And that's it. Yeah, let's I've got to remove all the action takens. So I've got three of those, and no more disrupted on the board. I will bring this back up. Well, those Japanese alternative actions, those RPAs, they do change the ball game. That patrol took out 3 of my offensive units. Then the reinforce, it just seemed a nice little combo from the Japanese, you know. Let's keep the Americans' heads down and then we can sneak some guys in there. I just love the interaction of those various actions. There's an M still to come, which allows them to use mortar and machine gun fire. And then there's a I, which allows them to infiltrate. So yeah, the Japanese are reacting and motivating themselves against me, and that's good. That's what we want. The decision trees I've got to make are therefore growing larger, and I've still only got 3 actions. That will improve once, I think it's by turn 10, 11, I can start playing command points and garrisons, freeing up the frontline units. But we'll come through to those rules when and if we get there. I've got certain objectives to complete by... Oh no, I've got to... No, I'm not playing the 10-turn scenario, so yeah, I have got a bit of leeway. By the end of turn 15, I've got to have taken 12 minimum positions. And if I manage to take 20, that's an auto victory. Yeah, I snigger. At present, I think I've taken, because it's not just taking them, you also got to make sure that the position can't be fired upon from another position for it to count. So I think I've probably got about 2 at the moment. Yeah, it's tough, but it's fun. You know, it gets this going, and that's the main thing. So yeah, if you've enjoyed what I'm doing, well, yeah, you know what to do. Until next time. Oh yeah, remember, play games, have fun. That's what we're here for. Comments much appreciated. So yeah, bye internet.